Good morning. Well, sunshine here this morning and the temperature's beginning to warm up. Gonna go all the way up to 50s by the weekend. Looking forward to it. Let's breathe together. Your posture, start in a chair. Either a chair or on your bed. In a chair, sit up straight and feel both of your sit bones. Rock side to side on them and then plant them both evenly and firmly. Your knees bent at 90 degrees, about hip distance apart with the feet flat on the floor with the toes pointing forward. On your back, maybe your bed or the floor or the sofa, maybe your recliner kicked back. Your legs uncrossed and your arms comfortably at your side with the palms facing up. Now lift your chest and feel what happens when you lift your chest and how your chin moves back gently towards your neck, and feel the neck vertebra straighten and make a clearer path for the blood and the oxygen and the nerve impulses and the energy to flow from your brain to your body. And now soften. Start with your scalp and let it go soft. Feel it separate from the bony skull and slippery. And as it softens, it slides and expands, and it feels like your ears drop. Your body loves this kind of softness, and if you practice it regularly, your body starts tingling in anticipation like a dog waiting for a treat. Soften the scalp and let it flow. Soft. Across the back of your head and under that bony ridge, the occipital ridge, let it pool there. And then across your forehead, soften, releasing any wrinkles or the furrow in your brow. Your eyelids release. Your cheeks warm and heavy. And your tongue and your mouth soft, warm, from the base to the tip. And now your chin drops and your jaw releases, and the softness flows down your neck and out your shoulders, all the way to your fingertips. Flows down your neck and into your chest, past your stomach and into your abdomen, and to your legs, and divides there and flows out to your feet and your toes. And if it creeps back in, let it go again. And now focus on your breath and breathe in through both nostrils. Pull the air down so your belly rounds up and fill to the top, and then let the air go either out through your mouth or your nose, and make the exhale slower and longer than the inhale. And then repeat, pulling the air in, rounding the belly and filling. Pulling the air in through both nostrils, and then when it's full, letting it go and flow out slower and longer than the inhale. And don't try too hard making this a very long breath. Make it a natural sized breath. And the more you practice, the better you'll be able to extend the breath. But start where you are. And pull the air in and round the belly. Fill and then let it go, and slow and extend a little the exhale. Good. And now on the next inhale, At the top, take in 3 extra sniffs and surprise your lungs with some more air. Wake up those little sleeping air sacs. And then let it flow out, and let it flow out all the way to the bottom, and then puff. Do 3 puffs at the bottom and let it all go. And continue that pattern of sniffing at the top and puffing at the bottom and expanding your lung capacity. Good. And then return to the low, slow breath. Inhaling through both nostrils and rounding up. Filling. And then letting go and letting it flow out, either through the mouth or the nose. And some people like to round their lips and exhale out slowly through the lips as though they were blowing on something that was hot. Do what works best for you. Now bring your attention to your feet. And as you draw the breath in, imagine you can bring it all the way out to the tips of your toes. Using the low, slow breath and imagining that you bring it all the way to the toes. Our feet, they are so strong. They carry our weight around all day long. Big job. Such an engineering feat of genius, huh? So many bones and tendons and ligaments. It enables us to do all the things we do. Walk, jump, dance, tap our foot to music, and more. So let's appreciate them and give them just a little workout. Inhale and curl your toes, and hold the toes curled while you continue breathing. And you may feel pain. So adjust your feet so you feel that level of pain that you know is good and comfortable. And breathe and see as you breathe whether the pain releases. And now release your toes and continue the low, slow breath. And do it again. Curl your toes. Go to that point of challenge. Not too far, not too much and not too little. Waking up your feet, getting them ready for the day. Getting the blood to circulate. On each inhale, imagining the flow all the way out to the curled toes. And then release and let it go. Good. We've talked about how under the skin there are sensors. And the sensors recognize what happens to them externally. And from the lightest touch to the harshest encounter, those sensors have neural pathways and send messages to our brain. And the touch we're going to use is a soft touch, a stroking touch. and it sends messages of affection and care and love. And what better love is there than self-love? Who better to take care of us than ourselves? So bring one hand in front of you and spread your fingers gently, and then use the fingers on the other hand and touch the pads to the pads and lightly stroke down the hand, down the fingers into the palm, and across and over to the wrist. And coordinate it with your breath. It doesn't matter whether you choose to stroke on the inhale or the exhale. Choose which one makes the most sense to you. I'm going to inhale and stroke down as I extend the exhale. And I'm going to do it over and over again. And then add the sound of the sigh on the extended exhale, and amplify the effects of the stroke and the breath and the focus. Add the sound. And continue breathing and stroking and sighing, and gather up the effects of this practice. The research showed that just 5 minutes of this sticks with you for 24 hours. I haven't done the math on that, but 24 times 60, 1,440. So for 5 minutes you get a return over 1,440 minutes. That's a pretty good return. I don't know of any investment that we can make in the financial markets that would give us that. So let's do it for ourselves and enjoy our own effort and its effects and its benefits. Releasing stress and providing calm. Strengthening our vagus nerve, which brings us from stressful events and thoughts back to neutral. Inhaling through both nostrils and rounding up. And then exhaling and extending the exhale on the sigh, and coordinating the breath and the sound with the light stroke of the fingers. And if you want, continue breathing and sighing and stroking. And may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.